Hey, it's Amanda the Nail Polish Hound, and welcome to this swatch and review. This stamping plate was sent to me by Beauty Big Bang for the purposes of swatching and reviewing, and I picked this one because I liked some of the images, in particular that butterfly one that you can see in the middle, and the stag one next to it. The images on this plate are a little bit smaller than the standard XL plates, and you get an extra row of them. They do vary in size, but on average they are around about 13mm across and about 15mm high. I started off by using Moyu's Black as a stamping polish for this plate, and the first image here is a very pretty tiger image which I did like. But as you can see here, the transfer wasn't as good as I would normally expect. The next image is a little bunny rabbit, and I also had a little bit of a problem with the transfer of this one. I was beginning to think I was having a bad stamping day, but I persevered with this bear image. And again, the transfer was not quite as clear as I would hope for. I do find that with some stamping plates that have these finer line images that you need to try a combination of different polishes and stampers to find the one that has the best effect, but nevertheless I persevered one more time and this one didn't stamp as well as I'd hoped for either. So at this point I switched out to my Born Pretty black stamping polish, which I find is good for plates that have these sort of images on, and you'll see that when I did this rabbit the pickup was better and I didn't have any missing lines. I did go back and swatch some of the earlier ones again just to check that it was the polish, and you'll see that in the final images. These polar bears came out quite cute, and the bunny ears also looked quite good. I also like the flamingo image. This one came out quite well, but for the life of me I couldn't work out what this next one was. Till I stamped it I realised I think it is a pig. Next we have this tulip image, and I think this one was quite nice as well. And then these butterflies, which is one of the images that I really wanted this plate for, and I like the way that this one came out. I'm looking forward to using it. Next up there's this stag image, and this is another one of the ones that I really like the look of, and it didn't disappoint either. Another image that we could possibly use for Valentine manis is this nice one of a rose. This one came out well too. Then we have one of a series of images of faces or people. For me, this first one, I didn't really like the way this one came out. I didn't like the line work on it. This next one was also a bit of a miss for me. I just really didn't like this image. The next one here with the two faces interlinked and facing opposite ways. This one works a bit better I think, but I don't think it's one that I will use myself. Then we have the little dog and the rabbit. These ones came out okay. I did miss the tip of the dog's nose there, didn't get any polish on it, so that's my mistake. Then there's this face with a rose over it. It's a little bit too arty for me. I'm sure some people will like it. I did quite like this little ballerina image though. And I liked this plaited hair image too. And then we have another one with a couple of faces. As an image for me, this one doesn't work very well, picks up fine though. Then we have another rose. This one for me, the image just doesn't have enough detail in it. Picks up okay, I just don't like the image itself. Then we have another face image. This one for me I thought was a little bit nicer. And I could see myself using this next image as well. But I'm really not sure what they were going for with this one. I won't be using this image, not my taste. And finally we have this image of a lady from the back with a hat on, and I quite like this one. So here are all the stamped images again in close-up. For me, this particular plate was a little bit hit and miss in terms of the style of the images that was on it. I expect that there will be people who will really like these images. They're some of them just not my personal taste. Most of them picked up okay, but it does show that you need to sometimes change the stamper and change the stamping polish with different plates to get the best possible effects. Ignore the missing bit on the dog's nose, that was my stamping error. And at the end you will see where I've repeated stamping some of the original images to make sure that they had all picked up okay. Please also ignore the splodge to the right of the rabbit at the bottom. That was where I had dragged some polish across the plate and hadn't cleaned up before I transferred it onto the paper. I hope that you found this review useful. If you have, please like and subscribe, and I hope I will see you in the next one.